Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hopefully, you're all enjoying your weekend. Hopefully, you all are having a great weekend. What is going on, everyone? Hopefully, you're all doing well. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel out. Just trying to get, grow this as much as I possibly can. It would mean the world to me. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I hope you're all doing well. So I'm seeing a few people slowly but surely come in. We'll say what's up to the chat here momentarily. Wasn't planning on going live today, but I wanted to quickly go live and just chat it up with all of you. I know it's football Sunday, and a lot of you are probably watching football, but there's there's some things to talk about, right? As far as the Yankees go, as far as the offseason goes, I know there's been some Yankees news and rumors. So, we'll get into all that right now. Juan Soto, right? We've talked about it. He was the perfect fit for the Yankees to bring back. I mean, absolutely he was. He was a big contributor, but now the Yankees must look to Plan B, and they have been looking to Plan B. They have been, they signed Max Fried. They traded for Devin Williams. They are trying to still trade with the Cubs as far as Cody Bellinger goes. But, John Heyman did put out a tweet about an hour ago saying that there's still a money gap in the trade talks with the Yankees and Cubs as of right now. And he says it's a matter of who blinks first, if ever, so it could still happen, right? The Bellinger trade could still happen. However, they are considering other options for first base. Although I do think that they should get Cody Bellinger to play the outfield if they do get Cody Bellinger, and they should have Bellinger, Dominguez, and Aaron Judge in the outfield. First base, they should consider a different option. And according to John Heyman, the options that they are considering for first base is obviously Pete Alonso, Christian Walker, Carlos Santana, Josh Naylor, and Nathaniel Lowe, probably others, is what he's saying, right? Listen, right now the Yankees are in Plan B. They're considering their Plan B options, okay? Some of these Plan B options, they do come with a risk. It's as simple as that. And this is the time where the Yankees have to take these risks. Okay, they have to take these risks. They have to take these risks. It's either gonna work out or it's not gonna work out. This is how it's just the way it works. It's just how it works with with players that they sign or trade for. Now, they're not. Am I saying that these players are bad? No, I'm not saying that these players are bad. It just doesn't. They're not exactly the most attractive names, but you have to take those risks somewhere. You still have to build a team. You got to fill in those holes. All right. So I still hope that the Yankees do trade for Bellinger. I hope they could come to an agreement with the Cubs. Even if it meant like the Cubs eating $10 million of it, I think it's only fair. I know the Yankees were including Will Warren in a trade to the Cubs. I don't know who else would be part of that package, but it'll be. I know I did read that Will Warren was part of that trade, but it'd probably be Will Warren and I'm sure some other names, and to trade for Cody Bellinger. But I do think that the Cubs they'll eat some of that money if they can find I don't know how much of that money they are willing to eat, but I do understand where the Yankees are coming from, and in eating some of Bellinger's contract. It's a little bit of an overpay for Bellinger, but Bellinger would also provide a bat. He's a lefty bat. He'd be perfect for Yankee Stadium. I know, his numbers last year weren't too bad, but at least you know what you're getting with him defensively. And again, I'm talking about Cody Bellinger as an outfielder, not so much as a first baseman, because he's best suited for the outfield. I mean, he could play first base, but he's best suited for the outfield. First base, listen, that needs to be filled. And I've been screaming for that. I've been yelling for that. I know, third base is something that's been talked about. And I know there was a lot of talk between the Yankees and Alex Bregman. Listen, there's Jazz Chisholm. Jazz Chisholm's playing third base. Jazz Chisholm is playing third base. I think he should continue being the playing third base. Second base, I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but first base, I think, is a bigger need than third. They have options for first base. I know we've talked about Christian Walker. I know some fans are not exactly fond of Christian Walker, but he does come with he does come with a QO. He is a little bit on the older side. I was told the Yankees were looking. I read that the Yankees were looking to give him a 3-year deal, but they're thinking. Walker's looking for a 4th year. Maybe they could. Maybe they could make that 4th year an option. I was chatting with some of the other content creators, and one of the content creators mentioned something about a 4th year deal. So, or a 4th year option, which wouldn't be a bad thing. So he's an option, right? Christian Walker's an option. They could trade for Nathaniel Lowe from the Texas Rangers. They could figure out a way to get him. I wouldn't mind Nathaniel Lowe. Josh Naylor's name has been mentioned. I know some Yankees fans have mentioned Josh Naylor's name. I'm not exactly for Josh Naylor myself personally, but that's just me. I'm not really on the Josh Naylor train. Carlos Santana, maybe on a 1-year deal. He is a little bit older, but you could get him on a 1-year deal and then figure out first base come next offseason, right? And I don't know. I know, again, clearly Murakami's going to be available after the 2025 season. So, the Yankees could look into him. As of right now, they should look into some of these names that were mentioned for first base. Again, and those names, they come with a risk. Okay. I feel like they do. A couple of those names do come with a risk, but you got to take a risk somewhere, right? You have to take a risk somewhere. And you just hope that it does work out with this team. So you got to, how the Yankees approach it, we'll just have to wait and see. All right. But real quick, let me say what's up to the chat. Let me see who's in the chat today. We got CT Cards, Li. What's up, Li? Dev Finch, Joe, Joel, Graham. What's up? What's going on? We have Keith in the building. We have Acevedo. What's up, Acevedo? Dr. Ghost. What's up, Dr. Ghost? Rory's in the building. John S. is in the building. What is going on? Thank you all for tuning in on this Sunday. I do greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I want to see what everybody's thoughts are. Let me get to some of the comments here. Yeah, I'm with you. I want Bellinger in the outfield, not at first base. Bregman is, yeah, I mean, again, I know a lot of fans want Alex Bregman. He's great defensively, great at third base, but I could see the Yankees sticking with Jazz Chisholm at third. Let's see. They could do Bellinger, Santana, and Glaber. It's not a perfect world. Bellinger and Bregman and Walker is best. Yeah, I mean, and that's one of those things about, losing draft picks. If it means them losing draft picks, you got to take that risk. I mean, this is the time right now to consider those things, right? I know the Yankees don't like to give up draft picks. They don't like to give up that IFA money, and it's understandable. It's understandable, but you got to take a risk somewhere. And speaking of IFA money, I know the Yankees have a lot of IFA money, and they're going to look into trying to sign Roki Sasaki to their pitching rotation. I know that, and so far the Yankees have been, a little bit more heavy on the pitching. They signed Max Fried. They trade for Devin Williams. They're going to continue beefing up that bullpen. So, you can never have too much pitching. So, let's see what happens there. Li saying it, and the Yankees didn't like Peraza was a pull happy hitter, but then you're giving $20 million for a pull happy hitter. I think you're referring to who are you referring to with that $20 million? No, the Yankees did not get Santander. The Yankees are considering Santander. There's a mutual interest. Reportedly, there's a mutual interest. I'm not I don't want to say I'm not a fan of Santander, but I'm not in favor of the Yankees getting Santander. Let's put it like that. Yeah, Vladdy. I mean, he turned down an extension from the Blue Jays, but I highly doubt the Yankees trade for him, and the ask for him will be a lot. Brandon Lau from Tampa, first base, very good hitter. Yeah, he could be an option. Another name that's been brought up was Yandy Diaz. He could be another name that the Yankees could look into. You know, Alec Bohm. Yeah, you could put him at first, but he's primarily a third baseman. But I highly doubt the Yankees look into him. But it's another name. Yes, yeah. Glaber can't come back. I mean, the Yankees aren't going to bring him back. I know some Yankees fans will love to have him back. He's not coming back. The Yankees are not bringing him back, right? So that's out the window. Okay. Santander for first base. Some folks have would consider that. Yeah, I mean, listen, we need both, right? We need both. But sometimes, some players are better offensively than they are defensively. Some players are better defensively than offensively. It's a matter of what the team values more. Now, Brian Cashman did make a mention that the Yankees do need to be better defensively. So in this case, they, whatever players that they are considering to get, defense might be the priority. And I think it needs to be. Defense was a little bit of an issue last season. And, it certainly needs to be cleaned up, and I hope they do a better job as far as defense goes. Well, I feel like that pitching needs to be, to match the Dodgers. I feel like it's to match every team, though. Pitching wins games, plain and simple. Pitching wins games at the end of the day. So, I'm glad the Yankees I'm glad the Yankees signed Max Fried. They traded for Devin Williams. Do they sign another starter? I mean, I could very well see that. Is it Roki Sasaki, or do they go for one of the other free agent pitchers that are still out there? I don't think it'll be guys like Corbin Burns, which I'm surprised Corbin Burns is still a free agent. I can't believe he's still a free agent. But the Yankees can pull off some sort of surprise move. You never know what the Yankees are going to do. No, none of us. I don't know about you guys. I didn't expect them to trade for Devin Williams, but they did. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But like I was saying, with Corbin Burns, he's still out there. I'm surprised he's still out there. I'm sure he's demanding a lot of money, and I'm sure a lot of teams don't want to pay that AAV that he's looking for. Who knows what that AAV is? I'm sure it's pretty high. Walker Buehler, Jack Flaherty, they're still out there. Again, I'm surprised that they're still free agents, but these guys are going to get signed. It's just a matter of when, So let's see. Fried, we need defense. Yeah, tight defense. He'll be killer. Yeah. Vladdy was there was no way he was going to take that offer. What was that offer, Acevedo? What was it, like $344 million? Yeah, there was no way he was going to take that. Vladdy, if he does go to free agency, he's probably going to be in the 400s, 500s. Don't be surprised if it hits that 500s. It won't be 700 or anything near that. I don't think it'll be 600, but 500 is. I could see 400, 500 for Vladdy. Or at least right, exactly. Defense is like I said, defense is really important. I'm not saying offense isn't, but defense, pitching, that wins games. It matters because some of those errors that the Yankees made last year, those little mistakes, it added up. And anytime they made a mistake, the other team would capitalize. And you're going to capitalize. Other teams are going to capitalize. You got to play good defense, or else that one little error can lead to the team scoring 4 or 5 runs, 6 runs in an inning. So, defense matters. Well, I know he does strike out a lot, but I mean, the Yankees have players on their team that strike out a lot too. I mean, Giancarlo, he's a guy that strikes out a lot. I mean, Judge, he's a guy that strikes out a lot, even though Judge he's still very productive offensively. Giancarlo is productive in the postseason. But Bellinger, yeah, he does have a high strikeout rate, but he also does have very good defense. So, and if the Cubs don't eat that contract that the Yankees are asking the Cubs to do, they're going to move on. I mean, I don't see the Yankees are not going to take on their contract. It's not going to happen, or take on Bellinger's contract. Mike Loeb, he was the big price of free agency, but he's a Met now. Ken, good morning. How are you? Or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. I was reading in Flaherty's market. He isn't going to be hugely expensive, but we need to offload. Yes. And this needs to happen. They do need to find a way to trade Marcus Stroman, even if it means eating some of his contract. But I'm pretty certain they're going to try and find a way to trade him. I don't know for who or what, but maybe getting some bullpen arms back, or let's see. So you keep talking about trading away Stanton, but he comes with a full no trade clause. I'm not sure what you don't understand about that. He's not going anywhere. Grisham Peraza trade for AJ Puck. I doubt he gets moved. Matthew Larate, large Newt Bar, Cody Bellinger with international money, Roki Sasaki. I mean, the Yankees are going to make they're going to make a push for Roki. I know there's other teams that have been mentioned that Roki could go to, but I think, the Yankees are still going to meet with him. So, Vladdy, he could very well be a Met. So, right, exactly. I'll take this all day. Again, Bellinger is an expensive contract. I know. He's got some injuries. I get that. I mean, injuries happen in baseball. It's inevitable. Injuries happen in all sports. But he's still a lefty bat. He'd be perfect for Yankee Stadium. And I'd rather take a guy with a 270 batting average and 20 homers than a guy with 230 with 30. But again, gotta take a risk. 340 million. Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, 400 to 525. I mean, don't be surprised if it goes over 525 for Vladdy. It's gonna be a payday for him. Good defense and intelligent baseball. Too many. We that's what's important. So Bellinger is Verdugo with strikeouts and twice the cost. I mean, you're saying Bellinger and Verdugo are the same player? I don't know if I agree with that. If the Cubs include international money, interesting. I don't know. I don't know if they would offer international money, but I mean, if they want to if they want the Yankees to take on Bellinger's contract, they're going to have to offer more. I don't know if I don't think it'll be IFA money, but they got to offer more. Yeah, Vlad Jr., maybe Murakami. What are you asking here? Now the Blue Jays know that Vlad won't re-sign. Which team in the majors do you think would be willing to sell the farm system for a rental? Not the Yankees. The Yankees won't do it. I don't think there's any team really. Let's be honest. I don't think there's any team. I think they're going to wait till free agency. What's up, John? How you doing, John? Giants are interested in Stroh. Where did you read that there, CT? Listen, I wouldn't. I don't mind getting Bellinger. Profar, I wouldn't. Profar is a name that I've talked about. I wouldn't mind Profar. I wouldn't mind the Yankees getting Profar for left field. If the Yankees get Bellinger, I'm not going to complain. I'll take Profar over Bellinger. And then you could have Profar, Dominguez, Judge. Mike and bats. Yeah, Arias, yeah. I wouldn't complain if the Yankees got him. Donovan is not going to happen. The Cardinals are going to keep him. I would love to have Brandon Donovan. I know that's a name that's been talked about a lot amongst some of us Yankee fans. You'd be a perfect bat for the Yankees, but I don't think the Cardinals are going to trade him though. I think the Cardinals will. I wouldn't be surprised if they extend him. But what do you think of the ball club atmosphere of the dugout morale for 2023? I cannot accept that Soto chose the Mets because of money. The difference is too small compared to marketing money. I don't know, man. I know there was all these reports coming out about Soto and, the changing of cell phone, teammates didn't reach out. I still say that he chose the money. And there was no doubt that he was going to go where the money was. So, I mean, the Mets offered him a fat contract, Yeah, I could see the Red Sox saving their money to sign Vlad. The Red Sox, maybe. I don't know. I could see the Red Sox. The Mets could. The Mets could very well be. The Mets are going to be contenders, no doubt. I think the Mets could take them away. I think they could sign him in the offseason. If we got so at the price point that he wanted, we would have been able to do much more. Just get him. We've already improved 2 spots. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. If Soto did sign, how much money would the Yankees be able to spend? Yeah, well, they need to get rid of the third base coach, no doubt. That needs to happen. The additional money that's not been spent, now we can be used to 3 good bats. Well, I think they're going to get 2 bats. They need to get 2 bats. I don't know. I mean, 3 would be awesome, but I don't think they're going to get 3. I see 2 bats being signed, and the rest of that money being spent on the bullpen. So because they still need to beef up that bullpen. Say in negotiations, you want to extend Kyle Tucker after trading from. We will take Bellinger's contract. Yeah, Tucker's not gonna sign an extension. He's gonna test the market. He's another guy that's going to definitely test the market after he saw after seeing what Soto got. There's no doubt he's going to test the market. Close allowance for his mother. If they asked from the Yankees, I would have laughed in their faces and had told them to kick rocks. I mean, if that was really a thing, wow. It's like, come on, man. It's like, dude, you've got a record breaking contract, historical, really. Rob, what's up, Rob? How you doing, bro? What's going on, Rob? Good to see you, man. Yeah, exactly. I mean, 810 million. I mean, this is nuts. I'm not saying no to Donovan. I'm saying I would welcome it, but I would love for the Yankees to trade for Brandon Donovan. I just don't see it happening. But I also didn't see Devin Williams happening. But hey, we've been surprised. Has to be good there. Yeah, well, there's already pressure on Dominguez right as of right now. I mean, they're selling really high on this guy. You got to give him time. We saw some sample sizes of him, but I don't. You got to again. You got to give that guy some time, just like you did Volpe, just like you did. You're doing with Austin Wells. You know, I just don't want to. I just don't want to hear people complaining if Dominguez plays a full season. He doesn't have a great year. Do I have to get to a star and get some salt for Yankees fans? What's wrong, Li? What comments are you not liking, Li? Talk to us, Li. Yeah, I mean Santana. If they get Santana, he'd be on a 1 year deal, and then I mean Yankees first base options. Really, they're realistically their only first base option is really Rumfield, TJ Rumfield. Um, so Ben Rice is more of a catcher than he is a first baseman. So Yankee Kyle, what's up? Yeah, they do have a great closer. They got themselves a great closer. He's a 1 year rental, but hey, I'll take it. And he comes on the cheap. So I thought so too. I thought so too. I thought they would have kept Narvaez, but they didn't. Salty that Soto left for the Mets. Yeah, I mean, some fans are still upset about it. Whatever, it's done. It's over. I mean, I only brought it up because it was just to make a point about the live stream today, which he was a perfect fit, but um, again, you got to take risks with whatever is available right now. So, um, but yeah, you know, Yankees still, yeah, the Yankees. I'm hoping some sort of news happens today. I'm hoping something. We hear a move going down today. I'm thinking it probably. If I'm being honest, I don't think it will. But let's see what happens. Didn't look good in the field last year. Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'd rather put Dominguez in center field. I don't want him in left field. Put him in center. And assuming that the Yankees do trade for Bellinger, you put Bellinger in left field, right? You put him in left field, and then again, moving Judge to right field, which they're going to do. They said they're going to do. And again, I'm all in favor of that. I think it's perfect. You would assuming that they trade for Bellinger, you have Bellinger in left, Dominguez in center, Judge in right. Yeah, if he has a good season and if he could stay healthy, yeah, well, I could see the Yankees bringing him back. Definitely. Yeah, Volpe's still developing, so let's see what year 3 does for Volpe. Let's see what year 3 happens. Let's see what happens with let's see what happens with year 3 and with Volpe. I hope the playoffs he didn't look too bad, but hopefully year 3 was better than his first 2. Right? I'm not criticizing his first 2 years. Rookie season, it was a bit rough, and Yankees fans were a little hard on him. But again, you got to be patient, which a lot of Yankees fans don't have, unfortunately. Second year, he was a little better. Third year, let's see if he has a big breakout year. Yeah. If that you bring up something here. The Yankees, there were teams that were getting triples on these guys last year. It was definitely a little concerning. Hyping prospects and working with them. Yeah, they do hype up their prospects quite a bit, and if you're going to hype them up, either play them or trade them. They did it with Caleb Durbin, so we thought a lot of us thought Caleb Durbin was going to be the starting second baseman for the Yankees, but he got traded with Nestor Cortez to get Devin Williams. Remember, guys, that Santander was the first baseman coming up and then claimed by Baltimore. Yeah, I do remember reading that. And yeah, the Yankees could sign Santander again. I'm not in favor of it, but 5 year, I'm told he's looking for like a 5-year deal. Do the Yankees want to commit 5 years to him, and for how much? That's the question. So, but folks, just a quick pause. Dude, I do appreciate everybody tuning in. I do greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. We're 30 minutes into the live stream, so thank you all for hanging out and chatting as always. Your support is greatly appreciated. Make sure you all hit that like, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel. So, to play better in left and center and still learning left field, show it, but he does play. Yeah, and again, it's one of those things where, look, if he happens to play left field, fine. And I hope he does play well in left field. Hopefully he's getting some reps just in case he does have to play left field. I like him better in center. But again, I'm not gonna be too critical, right? He's gonna get his first full season. So, let's see what we got. I'd say, again, with all the prospects, you got to give them, 2 or 3 full years just to see if they do live up to the hype, if they are living up to their potential. So, if not, then, figure something else out. And I'll be smiling there, buddy. I'll be smiling. So, what's up, Ray? How's it going? I would give Volpe 1 more year. If he stays average, we need to upgrade. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. I hope his 3rd year in the majors, I hope he shows great improvement. Right? 2nd year wasn't. I don't want to say it was bad. There was still some areas he needed to improve. But I hope this 3rd year really is a breakout year for him. And that annoyed me, man. I was like, I hate when like these players that are coming up are being compared to older players. Let these guys be themselves, man. Let them create their own history, their own legacy. Yeah, at 30 years old, it's not old, right? And I suppose if the Yankees gave him a contract, he'll be 35, and it'd be a good way for the Yankees and Santander to go their separate ways. But again, I'm not for Santander personally. I'd rather the Yankees go a different route. Volpe to second base, and they get a shortstop. Who are they going to get for shortstop? Nico Horner's name has been mentioned in a trade with Bellinger. That's another name that's been mentioned, but I don't think Volpe's going to move over to second base anytime soon. I know that's your dream there, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, well, I definitely didn't jump on that hype train, just like I don't jump on the hype train of comparing Dominguez uh to what's his face to freaking Mickey Mantle. Like, come on, people. Let's tread slowly. No, I'm with you there, John. No Santander. I'm 100% with you. Yeah, they're trying to go after Arenado, which is if that's the case, I mean, then bye Bregman. Bregman goes elsewhere. So, well, Yankees hyping him up. It's more. I would say it's more the Yankees, more the New York media, and the fans jump on it, of course, and then fans will be like, "Oh, this guy's the next so and so," and they set these high expectations for these young prospects, for these young players, and then when it doesn't work out the way they had hoped, then it's either send him back down, trade him, DFA him, whatever. Like, just they don't give these guys a chance to develop. You're telling me, man. You're telling me. I'm getting annoyed with these comparisons too. Again, let players be themselves. Let them develop. Let them have their own history. What's up, Nate? He's saying, what about trading Nathaniel Lowe and Bellinger, then sign Urshela for cheap? The infield defense would be elite, along with hopefully average offense, and pitching will do the rest. I mean, I would welcome Nathaniel Lowe. I know I don't know if Rob from Pinstripe Chronicles is still in the chat. That was a name that he kept bringing up. I wouldn't mind Lowe. He'd be good for first base. Urshela, I don't think the Yankees and Urshela are gonna unite. I don't think there's a I don't think they'll reunite again. But Urshela could be. I like the Gio Urshela, but I think those days are over. If you're talking about Volpe, I'm assuming you're talking about Volpe not being moved. What's up? Back it up, Binge. How you doing, man? What's going on? Good to see you. Any are you hearing anything as far as the Orioles go, man? Talk to us. What are you hearing about the Baltimore Orioles? Any chance that they bring back Corbin Burns? Let's see. Rob is saying love seeing more people join the Nathaniel Lowe hype train. Lowe and Bellinger would be my ideal additions, along with Tanner Scott and another left-handed relief pitcher. Let Peraza and Vivas battle for second base. I mean, bro, sign me up. Tanner Scott. I mean, bro, I would love for the Yankees to get Tanner Scott. I don't know if it'll happen, but again, they always surprise us. Peraza and Vivas. Yeah, I mean, both would be really good at second base. Both would be really good at second base. So let's see how, let's see. Roy Estrada, what's up, man? He's saying you Yankee fans will realize not signing is a blessing. Spend your money wisely and sign and that's what they're trying to do, man. And yeah, I don't know that the Mets are gonna. I mean, I know the Mets got Soto, but they got to compete against the Dodgers, man. And the Dodgers they're solid right now. The only thing I'm wondering about the Dodgers is if they're gonna get Teoscar Hernandez back. So I know Teoscar wants to go back. Or is it gonna happen? I mean, talk to me, Roy. I know you're a Dodgers fan, so. I mean, he traded away Caleb Durbin after talking very highly of him. So it is possible, he does trade prospects. They do love to hug prospects, but again, they traded away Caleb Durbin with Nestor to the Brewers for Devin Williams. The Yankees aren't done dealing in general. It may be quiet today, but they're not done dealing. Peraza for shortstop. Listen, Peraza defensively is better than Volpe at shortstop. There's no doubt there. You know, but again, I don't think they're going to move. I don't think they're going to move. I don't think they're going to move him to second base though. So, shoot, man. Whatever, I would say situational. If you have Devin Williams and Tanner Scott, oh my God. And you got Luke Weaver and then Cousins, Ian Hamilton, if he could stay healthy. I mean, Mark Leiter Jr., he's still on the team. That would be a solid bullpen right there. Yeah, exactly. Go after Burns and Bregman. After that, we can do everything via trades. I mean, like I said, if I'd be down with that. Scott and Weaver set up for Devin. Ooh, I like that idea. Yeah, well, Tucker could, you know what? At this point, I think Tucker is going to be a guy that's going to, be looked at in the next offseason after the 2025 season. The Yankees could very well look into signing him. He'll be a free agent, so and he'll get a deal. His deal is going to be in the 500s if he has a successful season. But even then, I think it's gonna be 500 plus for his contract. But yeah, De Los Santos was not a great move. I mean, Mark Leiter Jr. I know he kind of struggled a little bit there with the Yankees during the regular season, but in the postseason, he showed a little bit of life. He showed some life, so he does have potential. Yeah, there are one or two moves for the bullpen. There are not many left-handed. Yeah, yeah, they got to. I mean, do they bring back Tim Hill? They might consider bringing Tim Hill back, maybe on like a 1-year deal, perhaps. So that's another name that the Yankees could look into. We'll just have to wait and see. And I know there's other names out there. I mean, yeah, they could sign Tanner Scott, but yeah, Li. I mean, they could very well trade Mark Leiter Jr. It just depends on if they could get some other bullpen arms. Used them right. Yeah, he did get overused for when he was with the Cubs, no doubt. Yeah, as far as I don't see the Yankees signing Burns. I mean, there's been a lot of chatter about the Yankee or about Corbin Burns and the San Francisco Giants, but nothing has happened yet. So, if the Yankees do get another starter, it's probably going to. I know they're going to meet with Roki Sasaki. They could consider Walker Buehler or Jack Flaherty. So, left. We don't have a lefty in the pen right now. I'm trying to think of all the names in my head right now. There isn't one. Max Kepler. Again, I could be, but I don't see the Yankees going after him. Got Volpe moving from shortstop for another prospect in Peraza. This team needs big league bats. Williams was a great signing, but is only going to be with us 1 year. Then pull Soto. Yeah, but again, this is one of those things where the Yankees have to make some moves. They got to take some risks. They have to take these risks, even if it means that some of these players are a 1 year deal. They did it with Soto, but it was necessary. With Devin Williams, I feel like that was necessary. So, and Devin Williams he's not gonna cost you as much as it was Soto. So, I mean, he's gonna get paid, right? He's gonna get paid, but I don't think he'll demand a lot of money. I would love to get Tanner Scott, no doubt. Well, Stroman's going to get moved. Yeah, and that's what he might demand. That's what it might take to sign a guy like Devin Williams. Happy Sunday. What's up, Daniel Berry? It's taking long because they can't agree on how much money the Cubs should eat. The Yankees are asking the Cubs to eat a certain amount of money, whatever that money is. I don't know if I think it's like $10 million. I know initially they wanted the Yankees to take on the whole contract, but the Yankees aren't going to do that. And if they want the Yankees to do that, they got to add some other pieces. So, but let's see. Agreed. Love the signing, especially considering him and Cortez would have been free next year anyway. So it works out. Yeah, I mean, Nestor. Yeah, he would have been a free agent, but again, I'm glad the Yankees were smart in trading him while they were still able to. And that's the thing, right? Nico Horner. If you add him, then sure, then it might be worthwhile to eat Bellinger's contract, even though I still think that that contract is still pretty expensive. I'm comfortable with Jazz at third base. Definitely, Nate. I am very comfortable with Jazz Chisholm at third base. He's got the arm for it. He showed that. I mean, he's got the arm. He'd be. I'm comfortable with him playing third. Well, so after the 2025 season, he does have a player option. So he could, if the Yankees do get him for 2025, he could opt back in for 2026, or he could opt out and go test a free agent market, which, I don't, I wouldn't be surprised if he does exercise a player option and remains, with the Yankees or, in this case, the Cubs. If he doesn't get moved. Yeah, we gotta wait and see. If he has a successful season, he could get a good payday, but he has to, that has to happen first. Hey, if the Athletics are still trying to add payroll and need another pitcher, try and send. You know what, there, Rob, and it wouldn't cost him a lot. In this market, especially, it definitely wouldn't cost him a lot. I wouldn't give him an extension yet. DJ LeMahieu, I mean, he can't be a starter. He's a bench guy at this point. you can't really trade him because he's a 5'10" guy. So he's probably going to be a guy that's on the bench. I mean, I know some folks are going to say trade DJ, but who's going to take him? Well, this is what I'm saying. First base is a big priority, and I feel like first base is a bigger priority than third. I mean, Jazz can play third. Jazz can play third, and then they need to get a good first baseman. So whether that's a Nathaniel Lowe, whether that's if that's a Santana or Christian Walker, they have to solidify first base. LeMahieu to Korea. Yeah, all I know is that LeMahieu, I've said it. He can't be your starting first baseman. He's just going to be a guy that a guy that comes off the bench. Who are we having play second? That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know who the Yankees are going to play at second. Now, if the Yankees sign Alex Bregman, then they can move. I could see them moving Jazz to second, and Jazz's plates. He could play second base. But that's if they sign Bregman. Apparently the Yankees were very high on Bregman, according to the reports. But it's been quiet since Friday. So yeah, Nicholas, we're gonna miss on Bellinger too. You're saying, yeah, Castillo's a guy. Looks like he's gonna get. I mean, I don't say it looks like he's gonna get moved, but the Mariners are trying to move him. But listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Cashman does move on from Bellinger. Because the Cubs don't want to come to an agreement as far as how much money of the contract they want the Cubs to eat, I could see them moving on for sure. Well, yeah, Rizzo. Well, Rizzo is he's off the books, and yeah, Hicks money comes off the books next season. Yeah, Red Sox, maybe the Mets, Cubs. Giving Rice at first. He wasn't bad defensively. A more experienced first baseman failed to cover first. Well, I thought about that, Frank, that if they can't get a first baseman, I could see them sticking with Ben Rice. And he's not bad at first base. I'm with you there. I could see them doing something internally. That's a real possibility. That is a real possibility. So, oh, my fault. He does have six. Okay, so my bad. So Rizzo and Hicks, their money would come off the books, and then starting in 2026, the Marlins are going to kick in $10 million of Stanton's contract. So I think Stanton is here. What is it, like 2028? I think there's a club option. The Marlins are going to kick in $10 million starting in 2026. They're going to start kicking in $10 million of his contract. Yeah. Carlos Medina, I don't think we see him coming back. I don't see Verdugo being back. I only see Ben Rice if they sign Bregman. Could be. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they go internally for first base. It can't be DJ. So, what up, D-Rod? Yes, 3 more for G. So, yeah, Giancarlo, like I said, let me make sure. But I think his Uh, yeah, he's got a club option in 2028. So you got 3 more years, 25, 26, 27, a club option for 28. And there is a $10 million buyout in 28. So I could see the Yankees doing that. I don't see them exercising his club option. Low from Tampa to play first base. True, Miguel Jimenez. That's another name. Another name that's been brought up by some fans been Yandy Diaz. He's another name that folks are bringing up. No. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not trading for Correa. No, thank you. Nope. Yeah, I don't. That he's not my first option, but I'm all I'm saying is they could go internally with Ben Rice, but I think Ben Rice still needs he needs time to develop. Let him continue playing in the minors. You know, yeah, Kim for second base. I mean, he's another free agent. He probably, if the Yankees were to get him for second base, he could be another option. He wouldn't cost you a lot of money. Nah, I'm good on Manny Machado. If there's anybody I would want, a big bat I would want from the Padres, I'd rather get Tatis Jr. over Machado. They do sign Bregman. I don't think they'll use Rice at first. They may go Santana or trade for Lowe or even Diaz. Yeah. And Santana would be cheap as far as free agents go. I'm assuming you're talking about Nathaniel Lowe or Yandy Diaz, but who would they? But I wonder what that package would look like for Lowe and Diaz. That's a good question. I don't know. What would Diaz cost? What is it that they're looking for? Yeah, I'm Tatis all day. Well, that's just it. He was only up because of injury. Wasn't ready for MLB. So, if that's the case, yeah, probably pass on that then. Are they out on Christian Walker? I wouldn't say they're completely out. They're considering. I know last week when there was a bunch of reports saying that the Yankees and Walker were, there was interest. They were agreeing. They were getting close, and then all of a sudden, they started pivoting in a different direction. So, it sounds like the talks cooled off, or there was one report that was saying that it was the report that it was overplayed. So apparently, like there wasn't really like a big interest, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be available, but he'd be awesome. I don't think they're going to entertain that. Nah, if the Yankees were interested in Vladdy Jr., I think they look into getting him in the offseason. They're not gonna risk a trade for Vladdy. Get away with offering Rice in one of our Yeah. Uh, Probably it would probably take like three players maybe for a low. Yeah, Vladdy would cost a lot in a trade. I'm not, the Yankees aren't. I highly doubt they're going to entertain that. But Diaz, again, Rice, but I'd say they have to offer maybe an arm. They just traded one. Yeah, I mean Yankees. They got some arms that they could trade. I mean, who would they consider? I don't know, but they have a lot of options when it comes to pitching. And Arias is a guy that I could see them moving. I mean, I don't see them moving George Lombard Jr. The Yankees really value him. I'm saying he's probably an untouchable. I think they're also saying the same thing. Yeah, Vladdy to the Mets. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. He's gonna get paid next season in the offseason. He's gonna get a fat contract. Luis Hill, yeah, and I mean I don't know. It sounds like Luis Hill was available for Tucker, which you know I probably would have been on board for that. So, but again, Yankees looking at Kyle Tucker next season. Walker probably wants 4 years, and Yankees and other teams don't want to accept. That's right, and that's what it boils down to. He's looking for a 4-year deal. I mean, at the most, if the Yankees are really looking to sign him, if they want him, if that's if that is an option, I think 3 years is acceptable. You can make the fourth year an option, but maybe the fourth year an option with incentives, or he's got to meet a certain requirement for that fourth year. Stroman, Warren, Rice, Jones for Vlad. That's not going to be enough. Mm-mm. I don't think that. I don't think that would even be enough for Vlad. I think the Blue Jays would say no to that. I don't want Pete Alonso at all. Saw John Heyman. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not on the Pete. I'm not on the Pete Alonso train either. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not on the Pete Alonso train. No, thank you. NHB Dribs. Yeah, I agree. I don't think. I don't think. I don't think he's a good fit for the Yankees. I never. I never. I never got on that train for him, but. And yeah, I highly doubt Yankees will go after Vlad. Next off season, I see them going after um Kyle Tucker for sure. I think they will go after Kyle Tucker. So I definitely see that happening. Is Juan just a talk to take space on paper? What do you mean, Albert? Not sure I understand what you're asking here. Yeah, at the your NHB Dribs, you're talking at the deadline. I mean, if the Cubs are out of playoff contention, I mean, yeah, maybe. But I don't know. I see the Yankees waiting until the offseason to sign him. Oh, it's always that way, man. Yeah, I'm not for Pete Alonso for first base. Again, I know the Yankees need a first baseman, but Pete Alonso is not my choice, though. They could explore that deadline trade for Tucker, but it all depends. Oh, yeah, Kim from – yeah, they're not moving Kim from the Guardians. No freaking way. Yeah, if they get Bellinger, I don't think Alonso is going to be the first base option that the Yankees are going to sign. It's going to be some of the other names that are mentioned. It could be Nathaniel Lowe, it could be Christian Walker, Carl Santana. It'll probably be one of those names. I highly doubt it'll be. It's not going to be Alonso. I don't think it'll be Alonso. Exactly. Yeah. If he was a lefty bat, maybe, but he's not a lefty bat. So, yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, Santana on a 1-year deal. It wouldn't be bad. Just on a 1-year deal, and then the Yankees could go back to exploring the first base market again. But yeah, we'll see what happens though, folks. If I had to guess, I don't think a move goes down today. Maybe you'll hear something this week. We'll see. There's 10 days till Christmas, so maybe the Yankees and other teams around Major League Baseball will try and get some moves done this week. I know there was a few moves over the weekend. I know the A's made a move. Just to kind of I'll pull it up real quick. NHB Dribs, yeah, they're not going to bring Rizzo back. I feel like if they wanted to bring Rizzo back, they would have done so by now. Yeah, so the Pirates, they acquired Emmanuel Valdez. The Braves signed Brian De La Cruz. The A's acquired Jeffrey Springs in a multiplayer trade with the Rays. Left-handers Jeffrey Springs and Jacob Lopez go to Sacramento. The Rays will receive right-hander Joe Boyle and Jacob Waters, Will Simpson. So there's some multiple player trades between the A's and the Rays. So there were some moves over the weekend. Nothing big, but we might hear something this week again with 10 days till Christmas. I would expect or hope that there would be some moves happening. Maybe some major names coming off the board. Yeah, the Yankees or any team for that matter, they don't make things obvious. They're not going to come out and say what they're looking for. They're very quiet about things. And yeah, I know. Again, none of us saw Williams being traded to the Yankees. I didn't expect the Yankees to pull that off. Bellinger, Bregman, Santana, done. Yeah, it's Graham. That's what the Rays do. They're always selling. They develop good players and then they end up selling them, and then they get something of value back. Yeah, and they gave up nothing to get Williams. That was a good job by Cashman. I'm not for Castillo. I would want one of the other pitchers from the Mariners, not so much Castillo though. But that's just me. I don't think so, Frank. I really don't. I don't think so. I don't think Glaber's coming back. No. That was a name mentioned. but I don't think the Yankees would trade for him. I mean, that could, they might have been like, what about Josh Naylor? But yeah, they'll consider somebody else. And I'm not, I'm not on the Josh Naylor train. Yeah, and to give up, to get something good, you got to give something. To get something good, you got to give up something good. That's the name of the game in this business. So, yeah, Steve-O, I mean, yeah, Glaber is a likable guy. I like Glaber Torres, but I don't like his mistakes. His mistakes it costs Yankees some games. It costs Yankees some innings. Can't have that. Yeah, he had a killer second half. He had success in the playoffs, but yeah, it's not something that I want the Yankees to go through every year. Yeah, he's expensive, but yeah, I'd want the Yankees to go after one of the other Mariners pitchers, not named Castillo, but that's just me. But folks, that is going to wrap it up, though. That is going to wrap it up for me. So I wanted to come on live this morning. I wasn't planning on it, but then I was like, you know what, I am going to go live. But I do appreciate every single one of you dropping in and hanging out. And I saw that I got some new subscribers. So thank you to all the new subscribers. It is greatly appreciated. We are slowly but surely approaching 1,300 subscribers, people. Of course, and of course, the big goal is 2,000, and would love to get there. Be cool if I got there by the start of the season, but if it's before, great. But right now, 1,300 is the goal. So thank you all so much for continuing to support this channel. But like I said, I am going to end it here. Thank you all for coming on. All right, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. All right, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Get ready for a new week. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all next time. So again, make sure you all hit that like button. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe. Share this channel out with everyone you know. Greatly appreciate it. Have a good day, everyone.